Hi, this is Joe. Gonna put this on. Uh, Hi, this is Joe again with another review. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1996 film Tin Cup, starring Kevin Costner, Rene Russo, Don Johnson, and Cheech Marin. Of course, this movie was directed by Ron Shelton, who also co-wrote the story. Of course, those of you who don't know who Ron Shelton is, he wrote and directed the movie that pretty much launched Kevin Costner's career, and that was, of course, the baseball film Bull Durham, which for some stupid reason ESPN in 2003 considered that to be the greatest sports film of all time. Check out my review on Bull Durham for why there was a stupid decision in their part, or why they decided to do that. Anyway, almost 20 years later, Ron Shelton teamed up with Kevin Costner again, this time to not do a baseball film, but to do a golf movie. And that's what Tin Cup is. Kevin Costner plays like this old, washed out former golfer who used to be a college golf star in high school, and all of a sudden decides he was pretty much washed out, really. Kind of like Crash Davis was in Bull Durham. But I like Crash Davis. This guy named Roy McAvoy, whose nickname was Tin Cup, he was a drunk, and he owns and operates a golf driving range. You can rent out golf clubs so you can practice your golf drives, and as well as maybe get a free golf lesson from Roy. So early on in the film, he meets like this beautiful hot woman who was a psychiatrist. It was played by Rene Russo, who was red hot at that time in '96. I mean, she was coming off of doing, I know it was like 4 years apart, but she was coming off of doing Lethal Weapon 3. She did I know like 7 years earlier she did the first Major League movie, which I think got foot in the door. She did another movie with James Belushi, Mr. Destiny. So she was pretty much a red hot actress at that time, and who could blame her? I mean, she was smoking hot. I think she also used to be a model, I think, also well at one time before she got into acting. So she is smoking hot woman, beautiful woman to look at, but the problem is that she also could curse like a drunken sailor, which she does off camera a lot. But other than that, I mean, everybody likes working with Renee, even though she curses like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, she plays a psychiatrist who her boyfriend was played by Don Johnson, who was a golf pro, and he used to be a former rival of Roy's. And Roy from a boyfriend, the Don Johnson character asked Roy to, hey, what are you caddying for me in this charity golf thing they created? And of course they got into an argument which golf club they should use on a particular hole. So I think you should do it this way. And I said, oh no, I'll go play it safe, instead of going for it, to play it safe. And of course Kevin Costner said, I can make that shot. And I can prove to you they can use that shot on the 7-iron. I can prove that shot. Prove to you they can do that. Of course he did. He says, well, what do you think? And of course Don Johnson, of course, fires Roy. Don Johnson is like the a-hole of this movie. And then of course Roy got inspired enough to maybe try to qualify for the U.S. Open. That's the U.S. Open golf tournament. Right? So don't get confused with the U.S. Open tennis tournament, which is for 20 minutes away from me in Flushing Meadows. It's not that U.S. Open; it's the U.S. Open golf tournament. And he says, "Oh, I have to qualify for it," and he does end up qualifying for it. And he gets into a fight with his caddy, who was played by Cheech Marin, who was also his co-worker at the driving range. So what happened was, of course, actually they made up the two characters. They ended the argument, and of course, they need you to caddy for me in the U.S. Open. well, again to I know it's a long story because it's like over two. It is over 2 hour film, and they finally get to the golf tournament, the U.S. Open, and of course you do have real life golfers, and you have Jim Nash from CBS Sports who is announcing the thing. So you do have real life golf announcers, and not in real life. Of course, this was before the advent of Tiger Woods in golf, because the next year, or a year after this movie came out, is when Tiger Woods won his first major, which was at the Masters. So that's how old this movie is before the era of Tiger Woods. So Roy Tin Cup McIlroy, goes to the U.S. Open, and the first day he shoots like an 83, which is like awful for the first round. And they said, "Oh, that's because." And Cheaty Mary said, "Oh, that's because you weren't drunk. You only play well when you're drunk. When you're wasted. That's when you play well." So he gets like totally drunk as a skunk. And the next day, he shot a record. Or the second day, he shot like a record for one day for in the U.S. Open. He shot like a 63 or 62, which was broke a record. So people says, "Geez, who the hell is this guy?" And the announcers were constantly going, "Who the blankly blank is this guy?" And then, of course, eventually, at the end of the third day, he ends up tied for first place with the Don Johnson character. So, of course, going to the fourth day, which they should mention, during the first 3 days of the U.S. Open, there was one particular shot that Kevin Costner kept pouring on, which was the last hole. That's because he kept hitting into the water hazard. There's like a big water hazard, and he says, "Oh, I'm going to hit over that around water hazard." And of course, he hit the water 3 times and decides to, take. And what is that called? Mulligan. It's called something else in the in the sport and the tournament. So okay, take a pass on it, and then could pour the hole. He did it on the first day. He did the same thing the second day. He hit the wall on the second day. Hit the wall on the third day. And Kevin Costner getting more and more aggravated, more and more ticked off. So I could make that shot. He determined in his own mind that he could make that shot. Well, on the fourth day comes, and sure enough, boom, did it again. And all he had to do was pour the shot, and he could win. Or could at least tie it and force a playoff hole. Because Don Johnson's character decided to play it safe, and he has no chance of even tying for first place for a three-way tie. So Kevin Costner says, "Look, I could make that shot." And he kept going shot after shot after shot into the water. So he had one more ball left. He was using so many balls, or golf balls, I should say. They kept hitting the water. He said, "Okay, this is that." And Cheaty Mary says, "Look, this is the last hole. If you don't make it in this hole, you're disqualified. You can take a pass." He says, "Roy, I'm telling you to take a pass. This is your last hole. This is your last ball. You can't screw around." He said, "I'm going to do it." So the last ball, sure enough, of course, Kevin Costner makes it because he's Kevin Costner. And he comes through at the end of every baseball movie, or at least it seems like it. Or every sports movie he does, he seems to come through at the end. And he does, and everybody starts going crazy. I mean, the whole audience is like freaking erupted. And the announcers go crazy. Because they're all like, "Oh wow, this is the story of the whole tournament. His 12 on the last hole." And he blew his chance of winning the U.S. So I don't remember I missed the end of the movie. I saw the ending before, but they don't really say where he actually ended up. I think he ended like 10th place or something because he fell so far behind. That 12 that he had in the last hole. And so everybody goes, when they lose his character, says, "Look, everybody's going to remember that 12 you did. That 12 in the last hole. They're not going to remember who won. They're going to remember what you did in the last hole in the U.S. Open." And I said, wow. And against the president, of course, he makes out with Amy Russo at the end of the movie, and that's pretty much how it ended. As a golf movie, I think it was okay. But I think they spent too much of the time on this film, trying to say Kevin Costner's character was a drunk. I mean, they spent way too much time on that. I think they should have spent more time of him trying to get, qualify for the U.S. Open, trying to prove himself more than him trying to prove to be a drunk or romancing Rene Russo, which I'm not complaining about the Rene Russo character at all. But I think it was kind of annoying, the little romance there, it's trying to distract the whole thing. I think it would have been more fun if it was more of a rivalry between Don Johnson and Kevin Costner's character. I mean, there was from time to time the little rivalry thing going on, but Ron Shelton did a better job of the rivalry thing in Bull Durham than they did in this thing. But he tried to, like I said earlier, Ron Shelton tried to do the same thing for golf, like he did for minor league baseball with Bull Durham, and I don't think that it went over a whole lot with the critics at the time. But when we watched the movie, I didn't think it was all that bad. It's not the greatest movie we've ever seen, but in terms for golf movies, they haven't been able to make good golf movies, to tell you the truth. And what good golf movies they can name here, please do so underneath in the comment section. But in terms of the movie, I didn't think it was that bad for a film. It's not that bad. I mean, it's entertaining for what it is. Kevin Costner gave a good performance when Rene Russo, but she's so beautiful to look at. And it's not bad. Don Johnson played an a-hole, but I also like Cheech Marin provides a little comedy in there. And also Kevin Costner's or Tin Cup's little friends, a group of friends provided some distracting humor in this film. And I'm not going to say how Kevin Costner's character got nicknamed Tin Cup. I figure you should see the movie and find out why. It has nothing to do with golf, believe it or not. Maybe I should explain. It had to do with him being a high school catcher, and he caught a game, and the pitcher kept throwing all these balls in the dirt, and each ball hit him in the balls, and he didn't react, so they called him Tin Cup because he hit him in the balls like 100 times and it wouldn't bother him. So that's why I got the name Tin Cup, believe it or not. Not because of his golf prowess, but like I said earlier, like I just said, the movie is entertaining for what it is. I've always liked Kevin Costner movies, particularly sports films, and this one, it's like I said earlier, it's good for what it is. So that's my review of the movie Tin Cup. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my videos on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com, that's OWDY, and that's C.com. The homepage of my reviewer, Chris Lee Moore. And you can check out all of his videos on his website as well. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.